Did you know that one small daily habit can lower your A1C more than many people expect? And the crazy part? Most people with diabetes completely ignore it every single day. If you have type 2 diabetes, your A1C number is one of the most important health markers your doctor checks. It shows your average blood sugar over the last 3 months. But here's the problem. Many people try to control A1C by focusing only on medication, while ignoring small daily habits that affect blood sugar every hour. And today I'm going to show you 3 powerful tips that can help lower your A1C naturally, but stay until the end. Because tip number 3 might be the biggest mistake people make without realizing it. First, let's understand something important. Your A1C doesn't rise because of one meal. It rises because of repeated blood sugar spikes over time. Imagine this. Every time your blood sugar spikes, your body has to release insulin to bring it back down. Now, if those spikes happen over and over again every day, your body slowly becomes less sensitive to insulin. And that's when A1C begins to rise. But here's the interesting part. There is one simple habit that can immediately help reduce those spikes. And it's something many people underestimate. Tip number 1, the 10-minute walk trick. Imagine you just finished dinner. Your stomach is full. Inside your body, carbohydrates are being broken down into glucose, and that glucose is entering your bloodstream. Your blood sugar begins rising. Now, most people do one thing after eating. They sit down. Maybe they watch TV, scroll their phone, or go back to their computer. But when you sit still after eating, your muscles don't use much glucose. So that sugar stays circulating in your blood longer, and that contributes to higher A1C levels over time. But now, imagine something different. You finish your meal, and you take a simple 10-minute walk. Something amazing happens inside your body. Your muscles immediately begin using glucose as fuel. That means your muscles start pulling sugar directly from your bloodstream. This helps reduce the blood sugar spike after meals, and smaller spikes mean better long-term A1C control. But here's the surprising part. You don't need intense workouts. Even slow walking after meals can make a difference. In fact, some studies show that walking after meals works better for blood sugar than exercising earlier in the day. Why? Because the timing matters. After meals is when blood sugar rises the most. But walking alone isn't the whole story, because there's something else that controls how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. And most people never think about it. Tip number 2, the food order trick. Let's do a quick example. Imagine you're eating dinner. Maybe you have bread, rice, or potatoes. Most people start with the carbs, but when carbs hit your stomach first, they break down quickly, and glucose enters your bloodstream very fast. That's when blood sugar spikes happen. But now imagine a different order. First you eat vegetables or salad, then protein like chicken, fish, or eggs, and only after that, you eat the carbohydrates. Something interesting happens. Fiber and protein slow down digestion, so glucose enters your bloodstream much more slowly. That means your blood sugar rises gradually instead of spiking. And that small change can have a huge effect on your A1C over time. But here's something even more surprising. There's one common daily habit that can raise blood sugar even if you eat healthy meals. And most people do it every single day. Tip number 3, fix your sleep. Let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your blood sugar in the morning after a bad night of sleep? Many people notice something strange. Their blood sugar is higher than normal, even though they didn't eat anything overnight. Why does this happen? Because when you don't sleep enough, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol. And cortisol tells your body to release more glucose into the bloodstream. At the same time, poor sleep makes your cells more resistant to insulin. That means insulin becomes less effective at lowering blood sugar. And over time, this leads to higher A1C levels. But here's the good news. Improving sleep doesn't require complicated changes. Small habits can help a lot. For example, going to bed at the same time each night, reducing bright screens before sleep, avoiding heavy meals late at night, and keeping your room cool and dark. These small changes help your body regulate blood sugar better overnight. But here's something very important to remember. A1C doesn't change overnight. It reflects 3 months of blood sugar patterns. That means the small things you do every day, walking after meals, eating foods in the right order, getting better sleep, Those habits slowly begin to reshape your blood sugar patterns, and that's what lowers A1C over time. Let's quickly recap the 3 tips. Tip number 1. Walk for 10 minutes after meals to help your muscles use excess glucose. Tip number 2. Eat fiber and protein before carbs to slow down sugar absorption. Tip number 3. Improve your sleep quality to reduce insulin resistance and stabilize blood sugar. These habits may seem simple, but when practiced consistently, they can make a huge difference in your A1C levels. Your blood sugar isn't controlled by one big change. It's controlled by hundreds of small decisions every day. And the good news is, you can start improving those habits today. But there's something most people don't realize about A1C. And this is where many people get frustrated. They improve their diet, they try to exercise more, but when they check their A1C again a few months later, the number barely moved. So what's happening? The answer is something called daily blood sugar patterns. A1C is not controlled by one healthy meal. It's controlled by what happens to your blood sugar throughout the entire day. Let's imagine a typical day. Breakfast causes a spike, lunch causes another spike, dinner causes another spike, and sometimes snacks create extra spikes in between. Even if those spikes don't seem very high, when they happen every single day, they slowly raise your average blood sugar. And that's exactly what the A1C test measures. But here's something encouraging. Even small improvements in those spikes can lower your A1C significantly over time. For example, reducing just one daily spike can make a measurable difference over several months. And that's why small habits matter so much. Now, here's something interesting that many people overlook. Hydration. Yes, simply drinking enough water can help your body manage blood sugar better. When you're dehydrated, glucose becomes more concentrated in the bloodstream. That means blood sugar readings can appear higher than they actually need to be. But when your body is properly hydrated, your kidneys can help flush excess glucose through urine. This is one reason doctors often recommend drinking enough water throughout the day. But hydration alone isn't the solution. Because there is another hidden factor that influences blood sugar all day long. And that factor is stress. Most people think of stress as something emotional. But inside the body, stress creates a powerful biological reaction. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones prepare your body for action. They signal the liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream. This was useful thousands of years ago when humans needed quick energy to escape danger. But today, that same response can cause unexpected blood sugar spikes, even if you didn't eat anything. This is why some people notice their glucose levels rising during stressful days. Work pressure, poor sleep, lack of relaxation. All of these can quietly influence blood sugar levels. But here's the good news. Reducing stress doesn't require complicated techniques. Simple habits can help. Walking outside, deep breathing, short breaks away from screens, even just a few minutes of calm can help the nervous system reset. Over time, these small moments of relaxation can help reduce stress-related glucose spikes. Now let's talk about another small habit that can influence A1C. Meal timing. Eating very large meals late at night can make blood sugar control more difficult. Why? Because the body becomes slightly less sensitive to insulin in the evening. So, when a large amount of carbohydrates is eaten late at night, glucose may stay elevated longer. That doesn't mean you can never eat dinner, but it can help to keep evening meals balanced and moderate. Adding protein, fiber, and healthy fats helps slow digestion and stabilize glucose levels. And remember something important. Lowering A1C is rarely about one perfect strategy. It's about combining multiple small improvements. Think of it like adjusting several small dials. A short walk after meals, better sleep, eating foods in the right order, reducing stress, staying hydrated. Each habit may seem small on its own, but together they can create powerful long-term results. And that's exactly how many people successfully improve their A1C levels over time. Consistency is what matters most, not perfection. Some days won't go as planned. That's normal. What matters is returning to these healthy habits again and again. Because over weeks and months, those repeated habits begin to shape your blood sugar patterns. And those patterns are what the A1C test ultimately reflects. So if you focus on improving your daily routines, your A1C will often follow. Small steps, repeated consistently. That's the real secret behind long-term blood sugar control. And the good news is, you can start applying these habits today.